welcome to Two Sisters Drinking Tea. I am Bernice, and
I'm Ashley.
So last week, Ashley, my beautiful co-host, wasn't here. She did miss out, but she was working. She works a lot. So
I do. It is like entirely my fault because I forgot that Creighton had texted me. And I'm in my parking lot at my other job, and he texted me, like, remember, be at my house at this time. I went, next week, right? No, tomorrow. Huh? What? Oh, okay. Well, sorry, but I'm here now. So...
yeah, it was interesting though. Diego, like if you close your eyes, you would literally think he was Ricky Ricardo. And I love Lucy stuff, so. That's why I automatically went to Ricky Ricardo, I think. Because you can ask Creighton. I chased them at Universal. Creighton is my witness on this one. I chased the lookalikes just so I can get a picture with them because I am so in love with I Love Lucy stuff. I thought that was like a great show. But his wife did give me, some good advice, on being on the movie, and stuff like that. And I mean, and Diego, he was really sweet. He was smiling and stuff, and I'm like, he got some pretty teeth. That's all I can think about. You got some pretty teeth there.
That's good. I was texting Creighton, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. He was like, no, it's okay. Like, I'll feel it for you. I'm like, no, my God. And then he texted me, he was like, I actually had a really good time talking to director. As a director, I'm like, oh, okay.
It worked out. Yeah, it worked out. And I mean, they were on like, instead of it being split like, like Xander was, they were on two separate ones. So I'm like, okay, I got to get used to two separate ones, because I'm not used to like a bunch of people being in one thing, I got to get used to stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. She's up here. She's got like the background behind her. He's in his office and you see Emmy's behind him. I was like, dang.
That's pretty cool.
He's talking about how, like, when he got his Emmys, when we received his first one, it was like a plastic one. It was fake, because they don't give you the real one yet.
Yeah.
It's behind the stage. And he's talking about how he was disappointed at first until he
that
found out
it was
real. And until he found out that he gets the real one behind set, behind, backstage. And I was like, well, yeah, the plastic kind of would have made me mad too.
Yeah.
I
kind of would be mad too. Like,
but I mean,
I'm posing with it and I'm like, this shit's fake as fuck right now. I want
right?
real shit.
That'd be me. And I wonder if that's how they think when they win. Like, because they're posing with the fake one, right?
Well, I know like a lot of actors and actresses and directors and stuff that have like won Emmys before know, okay, so like this is the fake one and then I have the real one. I'm pretty sure they don't tell anybody. Yeah. They're like, we're just gonna let you find out on your own.
Yeah,
this is your initiation right here.
Yeah, when you first win, you're like, hold up. But then after you win after you win that first one, then you're like, oh yeah, this is something that's already I already know where mine's at. I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't get to live a lovely life like that, but
right.
I mean, that would have been nice if God would have added that into my little life. I'd get an Emmy. At least I could have had that.
Right.
We can make our own Emmys though, or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got like this fake what are they, Grammys? Not Grammys, but like the guy, the golden guy.
Yeah.
That dude, it says best daughter. Like my dad bought it for me. We were in Tennessee for my birthday. We went to the Ripley's, believe it or not.
Oh, cool.
So like I have that, and I'm like, and I got my basketball trophy from like years ago.
See the world's tallest man thing that did sit down. I want to go to that so bad. I want to stand up. I want him to stand up with me because I know I'm so short that I would probably not even reach the kneecap.
Dude, my dad's like 6'3", and I go up to like his ear, like halfway through his ear. So me and him, we were both standing there, and I was like, so this is what mom feels like, because she's like 5'0". she didn't find that very funny.
Yeah,
my dad were dying laughing though. It was funny.
I think what it is I take after my mom, my grandma. My grandma was like 4 foot something, and my mom was only like 5'3", 5'4", or something like that. She was about my size or a little shorter, not by much. But all my aunts were shorter than me too. Like, so I kind of came from a short family.
But we talk about our background here because this is new.
It's just something that I had to like. I mean, because that's where the shortness had come from. I mean, I can't reach nothing. I had to get somebody tall to do it for me. It sucks. Oh, and then last week I fell, and I'm not even joking, like I hurt my kneecap so bad. It hurt. I bruised it.
Ooh.
But I felt what it was, I was walking into the kitchen, right? And we got spots in the kitchen where we had literally put boards at, right? Because we're remodeling the house.
Right.
Well, I went to go step down, and one of the boards that wasn't supposed to move moved. And my foot went down into the hole. And I said, and I had Donald and Marcy running over like I was an 80-year-old damn woman that just pressed a life alert button or something. And I'm like, I'm okay. Just give me a minute and let me get my bearings, and I'll be up.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
But I'm tired. I don't know why they run to me like I have a life alert button, and I'm 80 years old.
I wish people.
They treat me like that. I'm not that old. Shoot.
Well, there's something interesting that was brought up to me today with Creighton almost getting arrested.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that. We talked about it a little bit earlier.
All right. So on the 4th of July, we had a barbecue. And, of course, I invite Creighton to every barbecue we ever have and stuff like that. We'll cook dinner for him sometimes. And I think he was like the last one to leave the house, actually. Yeah, he was the last one to leave because we had other people that came over, and they left pretty fast compared to, because Creighton came over early. And I saw him drinking his Diet Coke, and I'm like, are you okay? I kept going, are you okay? And he kept saying, yeah. Well, he left about, I don't know, it had been close to midnight or 11, something like that, but it was late. And I got a call not too long after he left the house, and I thought like maybe he was calling, to talk. Well, and sometimes he waits till he gets home. So I was like, okay, yeah, Creighton called me. That's a little unusual. So I'll pick up the phone no matter what. I always pick up the phone unless I'm busy.
Right.
But that of course, I wasn't busy. And I'm glad I wasn't. All I heard was, can you come get me and help me get home? And I said, what do you mean? I was a little confused about that part at first. And he said, well, I almost hit a cop car, and I got handcuffed, and they won't let me drive home. And I said, yeah, give me a second. And the thing is, when we leave the house, we have to put everything up. If we don't, it gets tore up by the dogs. So I'm trying to screw everything. Junior, come up here, and I told Junior, Junior, come up here, watch the dogs, make sure they don't turn that. No, we gotta go save Creighton real quick. Get up. Okay, so on my way up there, some idiot flashes his brights on me, so I can't see already. I'm night blind real bad too. So I'm like, I can't see nothing, and so I could see the wee lights. And I said, well, there they are up there. So I pull in so Creighton's car is right here. I pull in front of Creighton and the cops and everything. I just go on up. I get out of the car with my sister because my sister drove his Jeep home. It wasn't funny, but it was because I felt bad for Creighton, but then it was kind of funny on how the cops were kind of acting. They handcuffed him. He went to turn his head because he's not, because, he's a diabetic, and that's what I told him. He's a diabetic. He can't help it, and a lot of times he could be driving and have a crash.
Right.
And not crash into something, but have a diabetic crash. And he'll be okay, but I don't know if he pops out of it or whatever, but the way that they treated him, he had fentanyl and guns on his ass. They handcuffed him, they searched his vehicle, then they were drawing their guns and stuff on him. When I got up there, I was like, sir, he's a diabetic. You know, you would think, you know, you would think they would kind of be sympathetic on that one because you're a diabetic. You can't help that. Oh no. This, excuse my language, and I don't care if you're hearing me. This asshole looked at me.
Ever said excuse my language.
Well, you know, I don't want this guy to come and find me when I'm driving and be like, "You called me an asshole." On
Let him.
But anyway,
I'm like, "Oh my god, did you listen to our podcast?
Yeah,
You're such an asshole."
Well, this asshole, he was an asshole. This asshole goes, "Well, you need to make sure he gets home." That's why I'm up here, stupid. I mean, no offense. I know he almost hit your ass, but I promise you, he has nothing. He don't even carry weapons. I promise you, he's not going to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
You know, I think the cop was actually overreacting to everything for real.
Oh,
for real.
well, yeah.
I mean, the way that he said it, he said, Creighton, he said, yeah, he flew through the stop sign and almost hit me. And I said, I don't know if Creighton really flies that fast, especially when he can't see.
Yeah.
And if he's having a diabetic crash, he's not going to go that fast. Like, his foot's not going to go down the accelerator. Because if he was going that fast, buddy, you would have been hit.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I had to drive fast to keep him from hitting me. You ever exaggerating, little fucker? I'm sorry. Excuse me. Craig's probably going to edit this. I hope he don't, though. For real. I hope he doesn't edit that. Because this guy was everything I just said. I mean, I respect my law enforcement. Don't get me wrong. I really do. But when they overstep their boundaries is when when they are assholes. And I've seen video, and this made me laugh. It's one car in the whole precinct going after one car.
So me and my little boo thing, right? We were driving, and like he just got his truck.
Yeah.
So we were driving, whatnot, and I was like, oh, okay. So there's one car. 1, 2, 3. Why is there 4 cops for one car? And it was just this elderly lady. And I was like, okay, Grandma, I'll get it, I guess. So we were laughing.
YOLO!
And the other, like a couple weeks ago,
She's living her best life.
Ground Zero, we were doing like this. We're trying to do this after hours thing on Saturdays. Yeah. Which is, it's no cover. So if y'all want to come listen to some music, some good old 2000s Sierra and all types of stuff, come to GC on Saturday nights. But anyways, besides the point. So something happened that night, and then me and my friend who's security, we go to Elevate. That's just another little club. We go there, and we see some other people we work with. I love all my people that I work with. They're all my little besties. I love them so much. Anyway, so me and Miss Tia, we're outside. We look, there's a cop stopped at the light. I mean, like, stop. He gets out. Tia looks at me, she goes, "Do you hear that?" I'm like, "Hear what?" But I know he's about to stop somebody because I saw him get out and open up his trunk. Yeah. Soon as I said that, neon green, it looks like a Dodge, just zooms past. He gets out the spikes by like these split second. And you know when tires pop, it's got that specific smell. Yeah. I'm like, they nicked it. They nicked the tire because you could still see the smoke. Yeah. I was like, but they nicked it though. It caught the side and it probably tore. And so we hear him go, see another cop. We see another cop. And then you can hit the interstate this way, going, I think, towards 67, I think, from Biloxi. And the whole interstate is just lit up. And then you can finally smell it. I was like, oh, his tire finally blew. I was like, damn, that's some shit. And my friend, he goes, see, ain't nothing gonna happen after 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But like, it's crazy.
I live out in the country, so nothing ever happens really, except for when certain people actually had come over or whatever. That's about the only action I'm gonna get about my house, you know. But
or almost hits a cop
Yeah.
One of us has a cop car.
Yeah, and he got a reckless driving ticket. He's got to go to court.
That's crazy, though.
Man, I can only picture what this cop's going to say at court. I kind of want to go, but they won't let me video. So
that's going to be...
I'm like, man, this ain't cool. I want a video. I like the video, and especially when it's like a circus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through that recently, and I felt like the clown music was playing in my head at court, you know. It really was, and I'm not joking. Like, I literally thought I was at a circus. Like, I've never seen something in my life. Like, I've never seen an abuser get off on charges, and a meth head got 2 days, and a pothead got 30 days. So I'm like, and that's all. And I'm like, what just happened? Yes, I was like, what just happened? Like, and I laughed. And what made it bad? What made it bad about me? Because I got that mouth that don't stop, and it has no filter, right? So I'm walking out the courthouse, and they had, you know, the thing that beep beeps. You know, when you got
the metal detector?
Yes, that. They had that.
Thing that beep beeps.
Yeah. And so I went to walk through it. I went to walk through it, and it beep 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 beep. And I said, I don't give a hell. I said, this court is this is a joke. But the way I did it, I Medea'd it. I sounded just like Medea coming out that courthouse all the way down the hall, and the cops behind me with this idiot. You know, the one we were there. You know, the one he was cuffed. And he was behind us, and I know they heard everything we said. I didn't give a crap. I didn't care. I really didn't care. I got no filter on my mouth. And I think that comes out when I'm driving, too. I've had a lot of driving things happen. One time, and y'all don't ever want to get lost with I didn't have GPS. Y'all have to understand this. I had no cell phone, no way of getting hold of nobody if I broke down. I had to go... It was somewhere up in South Carolina for my son because he was graduating the Army. Well, he was going through basic training in the Army, and I had to take him to Fort Gordon. And his wife was pregnant with my grandbaby. Well, his ex-wife was pregnant with my grandbaby. And I had my other grandbaby in the car with my 2 youngest daughters. And we were driving. I was driving, not we. I was driving. They were sleeping. And there was I didn't see the accident because the whole interstate's closed down. So I didn't even see the accident. Like, I'm like, where is it at? So we're all being detoured around. Well, the problem is when when I printed out the map, I didn't look at, I can't look and drive, So, honestly, y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all, the best thing to do is follow the big truck. Follow the big semi trucks, okay? Because they'll lead you back to the interstate. I learned this the hard way. I learned this the hard way and the easy way. It was kind of easy, kind of hard. Because what it was, I was like, what do I do, y'all? What do I do? And they just wasn't waking up. I thought, what the hell did they take? I thought, okay, they still alive? Because nobody's waking up and I'm screaming. I'm freaking out. I freak out when I do. It's bad. And so I'm like, you know what? Since y'all not waking up, I'm following the big truck. Well, I don't know who he was, but I thank him to this day that he got me back on the interstate. I follow him all the way. And then when my daughter-in-law woke up, she said, what happened? I said, y'all asses wouldn't wake up. And I had to go follow this big old truck to get back on the interstate because y'all don't know how to help me out.
Oh. Sorry, you were just... He did like this, and I was listening to her, and I was thinking about, I was with my papa and mama. We're coming back from Texas. This just happened, like, in my head as you were speaking. And, I was halfway asleep. And so I was like, I know how to get home. We're in Gaucher. Okay. And I give very redneck directions.
Yeah, all right. I do too.
So
I say this way, that way.
Well, mine is
down yonder.
Again, I'm laid up in the back seat like this, and I see like a bridge like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know where we are. I know how to get home. There's gonna be a farm. Okay, and you're gonna turn. And I pointed this way, right?
Yeah.
Because I have to do this from my right to my left.
Mm-hmm.
don't know my rights from my lefts. I'm 22 years old, and I can admit that I do like this.
I'm 46, and I got a tattoo on my leg just so I know what my right and my left is. It's actually my kids' names, but.
See, anyways, I get picked on for that.
I do too.
But, so I was like, okay, go that way. So my that way is right. My this way is left.
I do that too.
And I have to explain that. People catch on real quickly though. Keep on going is straight. All right. It's like, okay, once you go that way, keep on going. And then you're going to go over the alligator bridge. That's what I called it when I was younger.
Yeah.
I don't know the actual name of it. I still call it the alligator bridge because it's nothing but a swamp underneath there.
Yeah.
And it used to be a road. And alligators used to cross it. All right. And then you're going to see Pinehurst. And then you're going to go this way. And then you're going to go down. And then you're going to go another this way. I am half asleep in the back seat of my mama's car. Okay. We pull. How we made it to Pascagoula, I don't know. We were in Pascagoula when I knew because it's like a bridge.
Yeah.
Here, and you keep going straight because we went through Gaucher for some reason. Then I hear, "Hey, honey. Yeah, your daughter tried to give us directions. Think we're in Pascagoula. Where do we go?" And then we ended up getting home. Unbeknownst to me, I thought they followed my directions. I'm waking up, I go, "See, told you." And my papa goes, "No, baby, we called your mama." I won't talk to you no more. And I went inside. So that was fun. And then I'm coming from my sister's. I think this is like the first time that I went to Noxapater. And there's like this little thing. You go you get on, and then you make like a little loop, and then you immediately go straight. I lived in Hattiesburg at this time, so it was like maybe like 2 hours to get to Noxapater.
Yeah.
All right. Stop at the gas station because there's like a gas station right underneath that bridge. I always stop there. I don't know why, but I do. And then there's a truck stop. Okay. So I stop. All right. And I see it. And I get on it, and I'm like, where do I go? So I just go straight. And I'm like, I don't know. There's a truck stop right here. I'm getting something to eat, and I'll be fine. All right. My sister's talking about location. She calls me. She goes, "Where are you going?" I go, "There's a truck stop. This is freaking me out a little bit." She goes, "What is freaking you out?" And I send it to her. I'm like, I don't know what to do. She goes, "Just follow it." I'm like, okay. So I followed it, and I'm like, that was scary. I still get scared going up north to see my family. I still get scared driving through that. It's not the funnest thing because I was also behind a big truck. So I followed the big truck. I was like, I'm going to just follow what this truck is doing. If I die, I die. If I don't, then well.
Oh, I got one about yesterday, and this one was hilarious. Oh, my gosh, y'all. So we came over here yesterday, right, because my brother my brother does work around here for Creighton's daddy and stuff. And so I had to go meet this woman up with this woman to go get a bag of clothes. And it was in Theodore. Well, I did not know because it was raining here and it stopped. Mm-hmm. And I can see the clouds as I was going that way, but Thor decided to come down in each direction. I'm talking about lightning everywhere. Like somebody's Tesla must have gotten hit. I don't know because 3 came down at 1. I said, "Oh shoot, somebody's Tesla got hit." But Junior sticks his head out the window. My brother, and starts cussing the lightning out. I'm going, dude, what are you doing? Why are you cussing? He's cussing the lightning out. I'm trying not to hydroslide, okay? Because, I mean, my tire is hitting. I can't see the puddles. It's that bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, rain coming down as hard as it can get. And when you get on Highway 90 going that way, you'll hit actually, my grandma died that way through the rain. So I was kind of trying to take my time. Mm-hmm. And so I kept hitting it and kept sliding over, and I knew not to put my foot on the brake. But every time lightning would pop on the side of me, my brother would cuss it out. And I'm like, dude, you don't want to cuss Thor out. And he goes, well, if it don't stop, I will do it because I'm tired of it. It's lightning. He gets so scared, he will talk tongue. I watched my brother talk tongue. And Creighton knows what I'm talking about. Junior will get so scared, he will talk another language. And I don't even think he knows what he says. He's just like, huh? And then he'll say it again. I'm like, I have no clue, Bubba, what you're saying. You know, and then, of course, you know, he started to calm down as we were coming back home because the storm went, you know, because we done passed the storm up, you know. But he sat in the vehicle while I grabbed a bag of clothes. I'm like, you had to sit in the vehicle while I got out and got my pants wet to grab a bag of clothes that you could have gotten out as a man to get, you know. But also, I got bad road rage. People going very freaking slow.
Oh, I hate that.
My grandmother used to do it. Like, it would take us over. She got pulled over more than once for impeding traffic. I'm not joking. She would go like 5 miles per hour and slam on brakes. 5 miles per hour, slam on brakes. It took us a long time to get to where we had to go, which should have took maybe 20 minutes. But I got behind. Like, so I had to go to the doctor, and that, you know, just it being on a hot day already makes you mad.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't want to use my AC because, you know, the gas and stuff like that, you know, gas prices are stupid, and I don't have the money really for gas all the time, so I don't like to use my AC. Well, we get behind these slow people. Like, I'm going on the way to the doctor. I'm hitting every light. So I'm already aggravated with these people. And because they were so slow, they made me hit every light. On the way back, my brother starts cussing them out. And these are 2 old people, you know. I'm like, Junior, calm down. You know, they're old. You know, I understand. You know, I do actually tend to calm down when I see that they're older people. Because I have to, because if not, then they'll hear a bunch of stuff come out of my mouth. I've been saying the worst things at home that somebody looked at me the other day, and I looked at him and I said, I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I don't even know where that came from. It came off a movie, but it just came out of my mouth out of nowhere. And I don't know what it was. And then I was called rude by my daughter because of the stuff that I was saying. And I wasn't trying to be rude. I really wasn't. But it's that, you know, like, when you get a certain age and you menopause, you really don't understand how it is until you start doing it. And I'll cry, and then things will come out of my mouth, and they'll be very rude. And I don't even mean to do it. And then I'll start laughing out of nowhere. Like, I laugh like my mother. And me and my sister, me and my sister I had to do a show with her. And, because, you know, like, you know, it's a whole different thing, and it's not edited at all. You know, I just posted up or whatever. Well, last week when we went to go do it, I couldn't stop laughing. Then I choked on a fruit by the foot. So I beat the Hot Tuba girl for that one. Yeah, I did the other sound they wanted to hear, not the...
Yeah.
You know. Which, by the way, they did get on my damn nerves, by the way. The Hot Tuba girl.
So, here's the thing. A lot of people were like, oh, she's a teacher, and like, da-da-da-da. She came, like, on the internet and was like, y'all, I worked at a spring mill.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not old enough to be a teacher. Like, it's illegal in my state. I don't work at a bar. No, nothing. And all of these people that are making merch out of what I said, stop.
Yeah, she ain't the first one to say that. That was the thing. Like, I think, didn't Missy Elliott or whoever
Missy Elliott, yeah.
And then also Beavis and Butthead did it. I saw that.
Yeah.
I watched that episode. And then South Park did it before that.
But it was funny. And I was just like,
but I would make jokes about it. I'm like, well, she's hot doing it. She ain't using her mouth. She's using her hand. You know, like, straight up. If you hot to it, you ain't using your mouth. You using your hand, boo-boo. I seen enough porn over there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's another noise that's supposed to be made for that one.
Yeah.
And hot to it ain't it.
It's Pac-Man.
Yes. But hot tuba, just, she's using her hand and you about to get that rub on. You know, sorry, y'all made merch out of that one, man. That's just stupid. And I mean, but it lasted so long. But it didn't last long, but it seemed to me like it lasted forever. Because everywhere I looked, it was there. Finally, it started calming down. And I showed my husband, I'm like, look, finally, it's slowed down. Finally, everybody's focusing on something else. And then I get on TikTok and there she is again.
Yeah.
I can't escape it.
But, here's the thing about old people and driving, okay?
They remind me of Final Destination sometimes too.
See, old people don't. But there needs to be an age limit and a curfew for old people and license, because I do not want to be in the passing lane going 85, 90 miles an hour and they get stuck behind an SUV
going about 35, 20.
having to put on my brakes to get over, and it's this little old grandma that's just like this, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Then I pass them. They speed up to get behind me. And I'm like, lady, you are driving a Toyota 4Runner. That's brand new. I tap these brakes so much as just a millisecond. You paying for a new car. I don't care how old you are. I hate people. If I'm already going fast, do not ride my ass. Please don't.
I hate the ones that pull out in front of you while you're going fast. They see you coming. They see you coming, but they're gonna pull out and go slow.
Or like they flash lights. Yeah. I've had a couple people do that to me, and they're like in these brand new Fords, Chevys, Rams, all this type of stuff. I had one dude. It was not that long ago, actually, and I have this thing. Because I'm in a car, I refuse to have a truck pass me. I refuse.
Yeah.
You know, I had an old truck and I was passing Ferraris on the interstate. You think your Chevy Silverado or your Ford F-150 is going to pass my little piece of shit Mazda? You've got me messed up.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's
she goes 160. All right? I will shift that thing, put it in a manual, and go, I do. All right, so this dude, all right, big old white truck. I'm going 90 on the interstate at this point. Comes up, starts flashing his lights. All right, bet. I let off that gas. I slow down. I don't push my brakes, no nothing. I just let off the gas. I get to about 75. He had to put on his brakes. Pushed on my gas, going 80. Comes up right behind me again. I let off again. Finally passes me. And I look over and he's giving me the bird. And I went,
Universal
okay.
signal.
Bet. That in my head. You know, Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Tokyo? That was planned. I went, you know what? I grabbed my phone. I put on Tokyo Drift. I switched it in manual. I went, whoom, got in front of him and kept passing him. Guess what? He got pulled over because he tried to catch up to me. He did. I was like, yeah, try me, please. I want you to. I'll get behind cops on the interstate. If they're going fast.
Yeah.
I'm cruising, going the same speed, going about 90.
Yeah, we see, like, I sit up when I drive like an old lady.
I don't like gangsta lean.
I have to drive like an old lady because when cops see me, they wave. And I wave back and like, hey, how you doing kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, I've actually had to slow down to 30 because I got mad because when I was riding my butt. And I was going over the speed limit, way over the speed limit. I'm going 70. The speed limit's 45.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to slow down. I went down to 30 miles per hour, and they passed me up. But I honestly didn't care at that point because I was like, I hate when they get on my butt because I've already been hit. And so I've actually had somebody hit me before and then actually twice. He hit me twice. And one, he hit me and then I got hit again by him. And it was all over his cell phone. And, I mean, no offense, and I'm not trying to be mean about, Mobile, but they're really slow at getting to people when it comes to wrecks because it took the cops almost an hour to get there.
Oh, shit.
Like, I could have had, like, an emergency and still took them an hour. And then they didn't even do nothing much. I just had to fill something out, and they didn't do nothing. But, I mean, I ain't dissing the cops because my son-in-law is a cop. Not for Mobile, but he is one. And so I'm not really dissing the good cops, for real. There are good cops. And there are cops that will let you sit there and race with them. I've seen that.
I want one of them cops. Actually, I made friends during my going out days as like a little dive bar. It's called Mermaids. And one of the security guards, like, he's an officer.
Yeah.
It's cold. And I'm like, I'm not really feeling inside. So I was like, what's up, officer? He was like, how you know I'm officer? I go, I don't know. It's just the way you're carrying yourself.
You can tell.
So, like, when I go out, I tell people I'm from somewhere that's not where I'm actually from.
Yeah.
There's this one dude, pretty tall dude, and told him a little part that I was from. And he go, what? I go, yeah. I goes, well, shoot, we cousins. I go, all right, what's up, cuz? And he was a cop, too. He was off duty. Another one comes in, and I'm looking at her. She's beautiful. Oh. Yeah. And she's talking to another one of her friends who was there, and she was beautiful, too. I ain't gonna lie, I flirt with cops. Female cops. That's besides the point. Anyway, so she was there, and I was, look, she's got a lot of tattoos. She got a wolf tattoo on her hand. That's what most, like, intrigued me to her. And she turns, she looks, she goes, I feel you staring at me. I go, what can I say? I love somebody in uniform that's tatted up. And I had, like, underneath my hair was blue. It was long. And she goes, it's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. You're my type, too. I went, ooh, you see that red Mazda right there? Don't pull it over because it's me, please. Because I speed everywhere. She goes, all right, mommy, I got you. I go, wait, you for real? She goes, I'm also a state trooper. I went, ooh,
dang.
Please. But, yeah, she'll come to the mall a couple of times. And she came up, and I was like, hey, mommy. She goes, what's up, baby? I go, let us out. I want to go home. She goes, security ain't here? I go, no, ma'am. She goes, security gonna be here. I went, whoop. Everybody looked at me. I go, I gotta like that. What can I say? She went in. Next thing you know, security's coming around.
Man, I actually used to talk to this one cop. He was up in North Alabama. He had an Irish accent or like an Irish-Scottish accent kind of thing. I love accents, like, big time. Like, it's sexy. But, like, he would take me on his rides. Like, he'd have me on the cell phone, and he'd be pulling somebody over, and he'd be like, he got weed on him. And he's like, because he'd go back to his car to run the license. He's like, what do you think I should do about the weed? And I'd be like, let the dude keep it, man. He paid for it. Like, let him keep it. Yeah. Just tell him to go home with it. If you catch him, you'll jump it or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what he did. I helped a lot of people get out of trouble, by the way. Except for, if they were drinking and driving, that's a totally different story.
Oh,
but
yeah.
If you got marijuana, that's a different story. I'm sorry. And I told him, I'm like, let the dude go. Like, he paid for it, And I told him, I said, look, it's a struggle out there, when you have, and then when you have to go pay money and then have you dump it out on the ground, that would so piss me off. And so,
don't have that problem.
but he would ask me what to do when he would pull people over because he would have me in his pocket and I'd hear the whole conversation between him and that person. Mm-hmm. Like, he always had me on the phone, but I was always scared that he would get shot or something, like, while he had me on the phone. And I forgot, but we stopped talking. It was before me and my husband got together. And so, I don't know what it was. I forgot why we stopped talking, though, because I used to love talking to him. I still think about him, though, to this day, not, like, flirty, thinky.
But, like,
I miss
crosses your mind.
Yeah, I miss talking to him because he was a friend of mine. I don't know, what happened to him or anything like that. Like, I don't talk to none of my old friends like I used to and stuff like that. And, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, when I see a cop, I go the speed limit. Simple.
I have no idea if he's been doing that this entire time.
He looks like he's playing hide and go seek or something.
Sorry, Creighton's looking for something in the background, and I just think, like, got it.
Creighton needs to just take a picture and see if anybody can find what he's looking for. Like, find Waldo.
Yeah.
I've done that.
I have not, because I don't know why, but, like, finding things sometimes is easy, but other times, especially if it's eye level with me, I don't ask me, because I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna look dead at it and be like, I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. And I have this thing I was like, am I blind? Am I just blind today? And it happens a lot. And I have vision. I'm not gonna say great vision, but I got vision.
Yeah.
I need to get my eyes checked, honestly, because I'm like, I need glasses. But yeah, it I don't know. When it comes to, like, cops, if I see one and I'm already speeding, I'm just going to let off the gas. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to pull you over unless you put on your brakes. Now, did have one in Gulfport, and I could have fought the ticket, but I didn't because it was entrapment. There was no lights, no nothing, and he was in a turning lane, which is very illegal, and they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to at least have their headlights on to indicate that there is a car there because it is highly dangerous. So Gulfport PD, do better. This was a while back, though, but still, do better. And I was following my friend, and my friend was going the same speed as I was, but I noticed it was a cop, so I put on my brakes. I saw the lights. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. He's like, why were you speeding? I go, well, my friend in front of me was also speeding, but you caught me because you put on your brakes. I go, because I didn't see until I passed you that you were a cop. So he still ended up giving me a ticket for it, but I was like, I could have fought that if I wanted to, but I was moving, and I'm like, I'm not going to. So I got my own car insurance that day, told him about it, and I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, like, going down the interstate, if I'm going to the mall or something like that, and I'll see, like, a cop right there, and I'm already going like 80, 85, I'll just let off the gas and just be like, please don't pull me over, please don't pull me over, please don't pull me over. And as soon as I see them, like, this big,
I went 20 some odd years without getting a ticket, right? Like, I'm goody on the road, right? Well, to the cops. Anyway, but my sister asked me to go to Bessemer to go pick up her mother-in-law. This is like the day after my father passed away. I was sick. I was running high fever. I should have been in a hospital. I drove up there. Everything was good. On the way back, I think it was right at Atmore. It had to have been right at freaking Atmore. He was on the other side, on the off-ramp on the other side. You couldn't even tell it was a cop. It just looked like somebody broke down. My nephew had come to the front, so I really wasn't paying attention. I shouldn't have been driving to begin with because I just lost my dad. Right. I was sick, and I should not have been driving for real. And you would think that because I literally saw him, and whenever I saw him, I thought, well, yeah, he gonna pull me over, because I saw how fast I was going. He literally made it a thing where he went off the off-ramp, went through the middle medium, past all these vehicles, didn't even turn on his lights. He did not have his lights on when I pulled over. He didn't turn them on until after I pulled over. And then he came up and I was like, I was crying at this point. I was like, I'm sorry, I just lost my dad yesterday and I'm sick, blah, 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 right? And he was like, well, give me your, let me see your license, registration, blah, 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 that all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. Well, then I could have fought the ticket and won. I paid it, though, because I'm like, I just don't feel like fighting.
Yeah, at that point, I was speeding. I'm guilty. Whatever.
The one thing, though, that made me mad about what he said was he didn't say, I'm sorry to hear about your dad or anything, or show any condolences again for anything that's going on. Instead, he gives me a ticket and goes, well, now you can add that to your bucket list. Oh, hell
I would have fought a cop. I would have fought a cop.
I almost went to jail that day.
I was like, I ain't got nothing else to lose.
I almost did,
and you better keep that body cam on because they're gonna see your ass.
Well, I think what it was, because I knew my mama needed me at the time. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that kept me from going to jail. That and the fact I know if I would have went to jail, I wouldn't have been able to see him, go to my dad's funeral and stuff.
Right.
But because assaulting a cop, you go in for a while.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if they were to assault me, they don't go to jail.
So, I was going down the beach in Biloxi to get to work. I was just cruising. And the speed limit is, I think, either 35 or 45.
Yeah.
All right, when I drive, like, I'll lean and I've got my right foot on the gas and then I've got this like this. Yeah. So, like, I drive like this. I'm zoned out,
Sorry. That was me. That's my daughter. I'm sorry. That's her voice.
Silent. Yeah.
That was her voice.
Put it on silent.
I did. It's on silent. She's the only one who can come through though. It's like an emergency override.
Yeah, it does do that. If you have it in your favorites,
I didn't
like
know.
Emergency contacts.
It's on silent, and she's just on one that ain't on. And I told her that I was at your house about to do a podcast. I don't know.
Do not disturb is the same way.
Yeah.
But
I can't silence her, and that's her ringtone. That's actually her voicemail. She left me that voicemail, and I turned it into a ringtone. Mother, answer the phone. And so I thought about Mommy Dearest with that, and I had to make it a ringtone. I'm sorry.
You're fine. But so I'm cruising down the beach, and I see a motorcycle cop. I'm like, oh shit, his lights are on. I get over, thinking like he needs to pass me. Follows me. I'm like, oh shit, he's pulling me over. So I had to find somewhere to pull over that wasn't going to endanger the both of us.
Yeah.
And I roll down my window. I go, afternoon, officer, because I was following you for 10 minutes. You were going 50 miles an hour. I go, I'm so sorry, officer. I didn't realize my speed. I'm not going to tell him I didn't even know that you were behind me.
You're so dumb that you didn't even tell
I did not know that he was behind me until, because I was just driving. Yeah. I was listening to music, whatnot, and I was just going.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've done that. I've zoned out where, I can see
nobody,
the road, but.
Nobody honked. No nothing. And on a motorcycle, their sirens aren't that loud. So I didn't hear jack shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and tell the officer, I'm going to be like, I'm going to be honest with you, officer, I didn't even know you were pulling me over. I was just like, oh, I'm sorry, officer, I'm just getting to work. It's a beautiful day, whatnot. He goes, all right, you got your license? I was like, yes, sir, here it is. It's like, you have proof of insurance. It's like, I don't have my insurance card, but I have my insurance on my phone.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, yeah, whatever, that works. I'm like, okay, whatever. All right, he comes back. He goes, I could give you a speeding ticket. Could also give you a ticket for your license plate cover. I went, excuse me? At the time, I had a Jurassic Park license plate cover, and it was the Jeep. It was like the colors of the Jeep.
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing. I had that as soon as I got the car.
Yeah,
which was about this September will be 4 years that I've had my car. I absolutely love my car. I'm the only one that can call her a piece of shit, and my dad. My dad can call her a piece of shit.
So.
My dad can call her a piece of shit too because he does work.
Mine's so old, it's falling apart for real.
But so I looked at the officer. I went, excuse me? He goes, your license plate cover. it covers your sticker. You need to take it off. I looked at him, I go, I've been pulled over more than once in the 3 years that I've had this car, and not a single cop has ever told me that I need to change my license plate cover, because whenever, you buy your license plate sticker, it registers as a valid license plate. Mm-hmm. So that's why they run your license plate, and they're like, oh, well, your license plate is expired. I got pulled over in Hattiesburg one day. It was just a check. It was late at night. And the officer runs my license plate, and he goes, license plate on here is valid. That is not. I go, officer, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea where the sticker is. I bought it before I moved, and I don't know where it went. He goes, all right. You seem pretty all right. But, so the cop ended up letting me go. He was like, you need to change it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. All right. Because you just need to slow down. Like,
but yet they do it.
I'm not even going that fast.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I've noticed that cops will literally, they will go faster than the speed limit. And even without an emergency, they will turn their lights on just to go past you, and then they'll turn them off. And I'm like, no, y'all didn't have a call. Y'all wanted to go past me to be assholes. It's okay though.
I just let them. Honestly, if I see a cop coming up behind me without lights or anything like that, I'll just get over, and then I immediately get over and just, I say a good car length behind them, so they can't pull over, slow down, and then come get me, which they can't do that anyway.
We see my vehicle, it's got a thing with the brakes right now where the brakes stick, so we have to unplug the battery every time we park the car. It's getting that bad. And I was driving down on Half Mile, and there was a sheriff that was going that direction, and I was going this direction. And he thought that I put my brakes on, so he goes and does a whip around. And he realizes I'm still going the same speed limit, but my brakes ain't on.
Your brakes are just sticking.
Yeah, the brake light's just stuck. So he didn't do anything. He actually he kind of bumper humpered me for a minute and then backed off, and then he went ahead and turned back around, went the other way.
I've had a couple cops ride my ass, and I'd look, I'd be like, I wonder if this ticket's going to be worth it if I just press my brakes. I wonder, because actually, it's the cop, so they can't ride your ass. Yeah. That's the thing. So I think it's another form of entrapment. So if they ride you, you're going a certain speed, and if you push the brakes. Not push the brakes, but if you go at accelerated speed, they can pull you over for speeding. But yeah, and it was one with the grate. I'm like, I'm gonna get a pretty penny from Ocean Springs if I just press my brakes right now. He better slow down, because there's a stop sign coming. He slowed down. I sped up. Got that stop sign. I rolled that stop sign. I was like, you know, sir. But actually, the first time I got my car, because I was used to going slow because of my truck that I had. It only went 85.
Yeah.
So when I got my car, I was going through downtown Ocean Springs. I was just leaving the gym, and I think I was going 35 and 25. First speeding ticket I ever got. And officer pulled me over. I'm like, shit. And I didn't have my new exhaust system, no nothing, so I couldn't tell what was going on. Yeah. Because I was just getting used to my car. Mm-hmm. And officer pulled me over. He's like, you know how fast you were going? I'm gonna be like, I looked at him, I go, officer, can I be utterly and completely honest with you? He goes, yeah. I go, I have no idea how fast I was going with this car. I just got it. I went from an old truck to this. It's very quiet. I'm used to, if I'm accelerating, I can hear it. I know about the sound it makes when I'm accelerating to a certain speed. Mm-hmm. He goes, okay, well, don't speed. Here's your ticket. I ended up getting a ticket. I was like, man. I got pulled over again in downtown Ocean Springs. I'm like, all right. I wasn't even going that fast. I think I was going 30. And this was like a year or two afterwards. He pulls me over and he goes, "Ma'am, do you know how fast you're going?" I looked at him, I go, "I was going 5 over. I know that much." He goes, "Yeah, you were, weren't you?" I go, "Yes, officer, I was. You could have gotten me at 6, but I was going 5. He goes, "Just slow down." I go, "Yes, sir." I got it. But, yeah. But
no, we went up north. We went to go take a friend home, and Donald was driving. My husband was driving and everything, which he's not supposed to because he didn't have a license. So we looked behind us.
Because they're always fun drives.
And there was like 10 cop cars in behind us following us up the mountain. And the thing is because, like, I have very bad anxiety. Like, I panic. Mm-hmm. And I sweat a lot when I panic. And he's like, "Are you sure that I don't have nothing in the car?" And I thought, I just got through smoking a joint. And so I was like, "No, we're good." I said, "I just ain't took my meds yet. You know, I don't like doing it in front of cops." But I mean, I ain't never been so scared in my life. I mean, all of them cop cars behind us, and we were on this mountain, and I'm scared of driving on mountains. And he had me drive down the mountain. And I'm like, because my brake light was out. That's why he actually got behind me, was because my brake light was out. I didn't know. It just went out because it was working beforehand, you know. So, and that's what also makes me mad is the fact that, if you don't know if your brake lights are going out, then don't give me a ticket for it.
Yeah.
You know, because that's not fair. I didn't know. I can't see behind my vehicle. You know, while I'm driving, you can't see that. Mm-mm. That's why there's a lot of one-eyed willies around there.
What?
We call them one-eyed willies.
Oh, okay.
It's just one.
See, that's new.
Yeah,
that was new to me.
It's just one.
You know what I say? Actually, my dad, this is something that me and him did, will still do. Like, if we're riding together or something like that, if nobody turns on their turn signal, we'll go, "Oh, that model didn't come with a turn signal." And brakes was one too. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, the person's stopping. Dad, put on your brakes." He's like, "What?" I go, "That model didn't come with brake lights, Dad." He goes, "So shit, huh?" And even him driving, like, I'll get onto him, I'm like, "Dad, your model didn't come with turn signals?
Oh, no.
And he goes,
some backseat drivers.
"Nope, it didn't." And then he'll turn on his turn signal. I'm like, what? Speaking of, hi, Dad. My dad watches the podcast. So.
Oh, hi. Hi, Ashley's dad. But, yeah, I mean, I got backseat drivers when I drive. It's kind of funny hearing Donald and Junior cuss me out while I'm driving. But I'm not as bad as my sister. She, it's like she's a magnet for the mailboxes. And so, like, when she's driving, she'll go this way or this way. And she's never, she's never driving right. And I can hear everyone in the back yelling and screaming for dear life, even her daughter. And I feel like we're in a movie and we're about to, like, just die or something because they screaming. And I'm like, "Marcy, you need to drive right. You need to drive right." I said, "You almost hit a mailbox. You almost hit another mailbox." "No, I'm good. And she'll pick up her cell phone and she'll start, "Marcy, put down your cell phone." I said, because they're yelling in the back seat, and I don't need to give CPR to none of these ones in the back seat. I'm going to have to. Either that, they're going to have to give me CPR. I ain't sure yet, because she scared me. I'm in the front. She actually, she drove my car one time, and we all were in the car. And it was so bad that I said, "Pull over at Palmer's. I'm getting in the driver's seat." Because they were yelling. All of them were yelling in the back. And I'm like, I was starting to get scared because, I mean, it's my car. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't need you hitting somebody else's mailbox. And she was so close to hitting mailboxes. And I said, "All right, pull over. I'm driving. I can't do this." I said, "I can't deal with all these people yelling, and I can't do this for another hour. because I think where we were going was going to be like an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with that. No. So I said, let me drive.
My dad taught me how to drive whenever I got my permit. And we were like in this little, I had a Ford Explorer Sport. I loved that car. It was the first car that I learned how to drive. And I didn't want the car for school until, I got my own vehicle, but it ended up not working. Well, anyways, in order to put it in drive, you had to put it between drive and second gear. Like the little triangle had to be in between the two.
Yeah.
All right. So we're driving. And I'm like, Dad, we get Sonic? He goes, yeah, you know what, kiddo? Let's go get Sonic. All right. Now, Ford Explorer at the time was, I think it was a 2012, I think. I don't know. I can't remember the year it was. But it was an SUV.
Yeah.
And so I'm pulling into the Sonic, and I'm not quite gauging how small those areas are. So I whip in because I'm excited. Me and my dad, we're getting something to eat. There goes his mirror. It folds in. I slammed. I was like, Dad, I'm so sorry. He was like, kiddo, just back out. I'm like, okay. I back out. He's there and he's like, all right, you're good. Put it in park. Okay. He just goes, click. I'm like, oh, okay. So I put it in drive. He goes, all right, turn this and then that. I'm like, okay. I liked driving that car more than I liked driving my mom's Mercedes at the time because I hate how soft those brakes were.
Yeah.
I hated them. Anytime I was like, okay, you're driving. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I had my number, I had it set. And I got to drive with my knees bent a little bit. Mm-hmm. In other people's car. Me, on the other hand, no. Yeah. I'm like this. But Mom was like, oh my God, you drive so close. I looked at her and go, I'm 5'9", Mama. This ain't close at all. And so it took me a while to get used to the brakes. Mom was like, all right, baby, gotta put on your brakes. Okay. I'll tap them. I'm like, I look over at her. I go, I hate your brakes.
That's what my daughter did. She would come over and she'd go, you want to go somewhere? I'm like, yeah. You want to drive? No. Because if I get into a different vehicle and their brakes are different than mine, it's so hard for me to adjust to different cars because I'm just used to my car. It's all I drive. Mm-hmm. I've drove over 400 miles in a week. I mean, this is just in town.
Right.
I've never drove so much in my life until I got older.
I mean, it's been almost, I graduated in 2020. It's been almost 4 years since I driven my truck. Man, that little Mazda I got, I'll wide whip her like she is my truck.
I had a mud ride truck. I missed my mud ride truck. I had I think it was a Dodge, but it was a badass truck when it went mud riding. I had a bearded dragon lizard on my shoulder, and he was my mascot. And I would go down like these little farm roads, and it'd be right after it rained, and we would go mud riding, and he'd just sit on my shoulder and love it.
Oh, my baby was a pavement princess.
Okay, well, anyway, before we sign off, which I know we gotta go, but we just wanted to let y'all know, like we're doing makeup for a movie. I'm in a movie. It's called No Way Out. It's about domestic violence. There is a GoFundMe for it. If you can check that out, and donate to this movie, that would be great because, I mean, this is a cause.
He said we'll be sharing the link and everything for it. If y'all would like to participate or donate for the movie, that would be great. So
we're doing makeup for.
I'll be overseeing the makeup.
And I play a mom.
She plays a
John.
mom. Yeah.
I'm playing mom for the bad
boy. Do better. Anyways. I'll be over.
I know, right?
I'll be overseeing the special effects and some of the props for this movie.
We might have to be bodyguards though for Christian for real after that.
I got you.
Yeah, everybody gonna hate on him, man. I told Creighton, I said we got to be bodyguards. I mean, you know,
got you, bro, man. I got you.
Christian, man, he's gonna be hated. You know, because the things he's gonna do, I can't say, but the things he's gonna do, he's just gonna be very hated. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, because Creighton will call me up and he will talk to me, and you know, and I will sit there and I'll be like, hey, you know, get him to do this, you know, because I'm a domestic violence survivor. I'm not a victim anymore. I'm a survivor. And so he would call me up and ask me for advice because I've been through it, you know, and I'm not going through it personally. Well, I mean, I am, but I ain't. It's not for me. I'm not getting abused, but I do have a sibling that was getting abused, and she's going through the whole divorce process right now. So Creighton had called me up, and you know, and I'll give him, you know, I'll be like, you can do this and that if you want to. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your movie, but I'm just telling you how it would, you know, it would be just, you know, it'd be more sinister,
right?
You know, and you know, there's just certain things, you know, I'll just, you know, because he wrote the movie and he did really great doing it. The script is awesome. You know, the people playing in it are awesome. And, you know, and stuff like that, you know, and then I'd be like, you know, you need to get, you know, certain person. I'm not really like saying anything. You need to get her to do this and this and this. You know, so he'll contact me when it comes to domestic violence stuff. And then I'll give him some, you know, my insights. And then if he wants to run with it, he can, you know, if not, then that's fine, you know, but I try to help out a little bit with that. But I do play John's mom, and I do play, you know, back guys. And yeah, I do need it. I guess I need to be a better mom. I don't know. You know, I try to, you know. But
you're doing great, sweetie.
Yes, I mean, you know, I try to be the nice one, you know. I guess because I didn't whoop his butt or something. I don't know. You know, maybe he's got daddy issues. You know, I don't know. But anyway, you know, a lot of them people got daddy issues, not mama issues.
What?
They got some daddy issues. That's what it is. We're going to blame it on daddy, okay? We're going to blame it on daddy issues. Mama tried her best, okay? All right, but anyway. So, but yeah, y'all need to go check out that GoFundMe link, and you know, if y'all can donate, that's great. I mean, if not, then you know that's fine. You know, we understand. You know, it's a real struggle out there. But this is going toward domestic violence awareness, and it's happening a lot. So
it's not brought up as much as it needs to be.
And battered wife syndrome definitely ain't being brought up, which needs to be brought up a lot more because that's something that nobody knows about. But battered wife syndrome, literally, the woman keeps going back. Even though he does it, she still goes back because it's battered wife syndrome. They don't look at it. They don't even know what that, you know, a lot of people don't even know what that is. I do. And that's why I'm there for my sister, you know, because she knows she could talk to me, and I'm not there to judge. If anybody ever needed to talk to me, I'm not there to judge. You know, that's what I told Creighton. You know, to tell anybody, you know, if they need to talk, come to me. I won't judge you. You can talk to me, and I won't say nothing to you. You just talk to me. But anyway, so I guess this is gonna be this week's version of Two Sisters Drinking Tea.
Again, donate, and if you can't, just share.
Yeah.
To
share.
Also, just bring awareness to battered wife syndrome, just any form of domestic violence that there is. So hopefully that with this movie, it can shed a different light on what's already prevalent with it. So with that being said, bye.